next one? Is that what you're getting at?
You know what? I'm actually not saving that for this next game, and
Okay.
there's a reason why I tend to kind of hold off on some of these newer games that are coming out, and I'll show you tell you
Correct
why here
me.
in a few moments.
Correct me if I'm wrong though, but 10 out of 10 is a perfect game.
Yeah, and that's why I'm holding off on this one next game.
Okay. So when we're doing previews and we haven't actually played the game yet, I think 9 and 8s and all that, that's fine because we're technically rating the trailer and our thought about the trailer. So
Exactly.
we're not exactly rating the game because we haven't played it yet. But the next one up, we're going to go ahead and do every podcast. We're going to do 3 games, and the third one we're going to do a little special section. We're going to call that Safe Mode with Networking Prompt. And what is Safe Mode with Networking Prompt, you might ask? And that is our indie game segment.
Right.
So would you like to let everybody know what the next game on the list is?
It is No Man's Sky by Hello Games.
Now, I know you are a huge space combat and space simulation guy, Jen.
Yep.
So, what makes this so special?
So I really like the fact that you're going from planet side to space. You're going through the actual atmosphere. And so that gives a lot of, experience in itself. You play a lot of these space games where you won't have that interaction between the space and the planet, except for the planet as being part of a backdrop. You talk about, Freelancer. You talk about, any of the other space combat games, whether it be Wing Commander, Hell, Space Commander, Star Citizen, I should say, coming out. A lot of these games don't have that interaction, and a lot of them aren't going to be procedural. Generation, which this one is. Each planet is unique. Each planet has its own life cycle.
This, from what I'm getting from this game, is not only are you exploring space, you're exploring planets. You're not exactly killing anything. You're not exactly creating anything. You are there to go to, from what I'm seeing and reading, hundreds and hundreds of planets. Mm-hmm. Just to see the life, just to see how beautiful they are, the crops, the water, just visiting. You're going from place to place. Is there anything else going on in the game? Is that it? I mean, you did that kind of shit in Pokemon Snap. I mean, you went from, I mean, it's funny that I'm making that reference. I know, I apologize, but you went from going from one country or capital to another city, snapping pictures of Pokemon. So what makes this so different from visiting different landscapes of Pokemon?
Well, so actually there is combat.
Okay.
That's really the best part about this, is that there's combat at least in space. And so I'm going to send you a link here of No Man's Sky's trailer, and have you pull it up on your screen over there. But it actually does. It does have combat, and I'm a little worried about the combat, but I want to talk a little bit more about that once we get to that point. But yeah, there's combat there. And
all right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and just get this playing. This is the one that I already had up. I didn't really have anything else going on.
Okay.
So I see cubes here.
I think the cubes are part of the HUD heads-up display,
and it looked like it said. And correct me if I'm wrong. That said resources, right? So that Heridium is a resource, and it says flammable. So I would assume that's why it's outlined in red, to kind of give you a threat.
Not only that, but I'm wondering, maybe there's a construction component to this. Maybe it's like Minecraft to a certain point, or even Space Engineers. I mean, you've got all these games now coming out where it's about creation. And so I wonder, is there creation in this game, or maybe is it just collecting resources for your ships? So we'll find out later on.
If you give me Minecraft of multiple worlds, I'll shit on myself. That'd be fantastic. And look at how beautiful this game is. It's jumping out of, like, it's frying my screen right now. That's how beautiful these oranges are.
Yeah, and I love the color palette they've chosen. It is fresh. It is vibrant. It's not, blending of colors. Things are popping out at you, and that's how games like this should be.
I mean, I'm seeing. Okay, so you see all the oranges and the dark colors, and then you see the green sky, but then you see these blue butterflies going by. And what I'm getting from this is okay, that's great. There's a game here. Okay, there's a game somewhere in here. We haven't seen the game aspect of it. All I'm seeing here is look how beautiful this planet is, and now we're gonna throw it in your face so much that you're gonna feel like you're just doing it with it. Like it's you like I wanna bring a woman to this planet and just have my way with her. That's just how I feel about it, though. It looks. I want to go to this planet.
You definitely could have a resort until you turn around and you can see.
And what did that say above that goat's head?
New
species. It says new species. Scanning. So, okay. So there's, of course, like we saw with the Heridium, you go to the planet, you scan, so you can scan animals as well, so that's cool. I want to see this guy's Pokedex.
Into his pocket, pull a Pokedex out.
I mean, now we're seeing a classic, like Jurassic Park. Here's multiple different animals. It looks like you got like aardvarks and goats and now you got this giant. I don't even know what the hell to call that thing.
Rhino. It looks like a rhino. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All around the watering pool too.
And then there's your ship. And then here's your ship over here. So. And then, I mean, it looks like there's dinosaurs on this planet. I don't know. Okay, so let's look over here. You have ammo. You have bullets. You have times 200 bullets over here.
Yep.
And, I mean, it says Rezozu. Or Rezosu? I guess that's your name? Or your gun?
Say a character's name? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, so for this is an indie game. Okay, this is a hell of an undertaking from an indie game and an indie developer. Daplocaris. That's the best I'm gonna be able to pronounce that.
I'm not even gonna try.
New species found. Look at this little rat dude with horns over here. Look at this little guy. He's like a rat pig horn. A Ripicorn. That's what we're going to call him. That's his name.
You heard it right here, Ripicorn.
That's his name. So let me ask you something. If I have bullets, could I shoot that dinosaur in the background, do you think?
Sure. I'm thinking you're going to piss it off.
Well, I mean, I'm right next to my ship, so I hope he's not fast enough to get to me. But
right.
No scope him in the eyeball. Hopefully that'll give you enough time to get away from him. So there's some more spaceships. Okay. So is this game multiplayer?
There was no word as far as it being multiplayer, and I wouldn't doubt it though. I mean, you've got hundreds of worlds, so why not make it multiplayer? You've got a universe, fill it with people.
So if you go back here a little bit, this guy's coming through the woods like a bat out of hell, and then everything's running away from him. So everything is interactive. All the animals interact with each other. It looks like that they have some species have a dominance over the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're taking off into these, from what I remember, seamless space transportation.
Right. You're going through the atmosphere.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
When was the last time you played a game that did it without a loading screen?
Right, exactly. And you know what? One that was also so seamless as well and beautiful.
What the hell
even the
was
background.
What was the... Okay, I guess I haven't really watched this trailer enough already, but all those spaceships just came into orbit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And now you're going to combat.
How many gigs is this indie game?
Well, with the current generation of consoles coming out, I'm sure they'll be able to handle it. There's no word as far as the data size is concerned, though.
Do you think this game would be better to be cloud-based, cloud-sourced?
With the lack of infrastructure here in America, unfortunately, no.
Okay, all right.
Now, if we had gigabit across the whole U.S., surely.
Oh my! You just feel like the G's going through like your nutsack when they're about to hit that planet.
Yeah, and you go. It's like face first too.
Oh, that is fantastic. That is amazing. And now you're flying through the planet that you just came into orbit with.
Yep.
And thank the Lord for another game company who was like, you know what? We don't need blacks, grays, and whites. Let's put some color in our damn game.
Mm-hmm. And what I like about this team exactly is that not only is the color palette, but also they're using dust. They're using natural coloring dust from the environment, and so it's that level of detail that really just is awesome. So there's the name title No Man's Sky, and
okay, so that was only like 3 minutes and 22 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
Would you buy this game if it was $60?
Yes.
Okay. I feel the same way. I think this indie developer just needs to let it rip. I think they would get people to buy a special edition with like, I don't know, like a model spaceship or I don't know. I mean, you could put a lot of collector's edition content into like a $120 bundle.
Yeah, not only can you do that, but I mean, this is a Sony funded project too. And so I would not doubt if this thing gets the reviews that I hope it gets, that Sony's going to turn it into a PlayStation 4 bundle with Project Morpheus. Stop and think about that. You're using Project Morpheus, fly a ship, you're in full 3D immersion, virtual reality. How awesome would that be?
Now, Project Morpheus, that's their VR
Right.
headset.
Right.
I know that that was in the top 3 rated things that were at E3 this year, and that's the entire Electronic Expo. That's not just the gaming aspect. That was the whole expo. So
Right.
That's really impressive, and it destroyed the Oculus Rift while it was there. So that's really cool.
It did. It
Right.
did. You know, and I've got to hand it to Oculus at least starting the ball to roll. You know, I'm proud of them that they finally said, yes, we can make virtual reality and we can make it well. Now all Sony's just saying, yeah, well, we can make it better and we're going to master it. And you know, and that's just the nature of electronic production.
Right.
And so, you know what? I'm glad that this competition is one occurring, and also too, I can't say it enough. This game needs to have Project Morpheus at its core. Because I mean, think about that. You've got your joystick, you got your headset on.
Hey, I'm not arguing. I think, dude, I would be fully immersed, and I think that would sell PS4s. That in itself. You bundle a PS4, this game, and then the VR headset, you're going to push more consoles than you already have. But we could talk about consoles, we could talk about VR and the bad, the good, and, you know, we could compare motion controls to the success of Wii and the horrible Wii U, but the Wii U's getting better. Not saying anything negative or positive about everything, because we're talking about previewing games here, but we could talk about those things for hours. But definitely the VR aspect, they should definitely include this game, because you're first person, you're in your HUD, you're in your ship. I mean, they're taking Star Wars, Minecraft, Star Trek, Mass Effect, and they're just shoving it into this lasagna of a space game. And here it comes again. You're about to get screwed in the face by the ground, and then you just kind of
pull up, and there you go.
Pull up, and then you instantly go into a Star Fox battle where you just want to do a couple barrel rolls and save Slippy. It's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. I want to play this game. I want to turn the audio off in the game, do nothing but space, just fly around, go from planet to planet, fly around in orbit, and fight guys. And I want to put electronic music on and just bang it in my headphones. And that's what I would do with this game. Some people would actually land, and it seems like there's 4 or 5 separate aspects to the game. There's combat, there's searching, there's research, there's I'm sure there's a crafting aspect, but I want to be a pilot. And I've never had a game that would just let me be a full-blown pilot and not have to worry about anything. And I'm excited about No Man's Sky. I can tell you're excited, and yes, we know that PlayStation greatness awaits, but you know we're not talking about consoles at the moment. I'm excited for the game. You're excited for the game. Did you know about this game before they announced it at E3?
No, it was a complete surprise to me. When I saw the trailer for E3, my mouth dropped. I mean, I was literally having an orgasm. It's beautiful, and it just threw me back into my seat.
I didn't know anything about it, and then Sony was like, "We have a game we want to just throw out there." How do you just throw a game out there like that? Like okay, so if this game goes wrong, Sony threw that indie developer under the bus. They're the ones that did it. So I'm under the assumption that Sony has a lot of hope for this game. because it's also going to come out on PC, but since Sony's the one pushing it, the success is going to come from the console aspect of it. Now, yes. This isn't coming out on Xbox One, is it?
Not that I'm aware of, and I want to make a note that it's rumored for PC. I'm hoping that they do, because PC has always been the console for space combat.
Right.
So there's a very much a hardcore audience for that, and I'm obviously part of that audience.
Right.
I don't own a PS4, so
that's okay.
Would I buy a PS4 for this game? If it goes the way I hope it goes, damn right.
Okay. All right. That's why I like to hear it. I'm a huge PC gamer. You and I build our own rigs.
Yep.
I have a PS4. I have an Xbox One. I don't discriminate, but I'm going to tell you something. When I want to play a video game, I turn my PS4 on. But if I want to be blown away by a video game, I turn my PC on.
Yes.
So
exactly.
I'm hoping that this gets I'm hoping that this gets a PC release, because I know Destiny, everybody was very excited about that on PC, and then Bungie at the last minute was like, you know what? We're just not going to do it. So there was one space game that PC already lost. So I'm really rooting for this game, because I think that this would play better on a PC platform.
Yep.
It would play better, because there's so much going on. Keyboard and mouse would just feel natural. But at the same time, you were talking about VR for the PS4. This game would be absolutely mind-boggling with headphones on and VR in a dark room, and it's just you. God, you could spend hours in this game a day and just lose yourself.
See, you say mouse and keyboard. Me personally, I would get myself a Saitek joystick, like an X55,
see,
and get the full immersion going on. Definitely.
Like you said, you're the space gamer. You're the guy who knows this stuff. You play Hawking. You play all that kind of stuff, man.
Yes,
so
I do.
Right, but
that's in space games.
that's No Man's Sky. Jen, excitement rating.
You know what? My excitement rating
Better yet, hold on. How many barrel rolls would you do for this game out of 10? How many barrel rolls?
I would do 10 barrel rolls.
You would give Peppy 10 barrel rolls.
I would give Peppy 10 barrel rolls.
It's a shit ton of barrel rolls, people. That's a lot of barrel rolls. Those are consecutive, too, I would assume, right?
I don't know if my head can handle that, but yeah, definitely try.
I'm excited for it. I don't know what else I can really say about it. I want to play it. I haven't been this excited for an indie game in forever. I think the last time I was excited for an indie game like this was, oh man, I can't think of video games right now. It was on PS3, and you were a guy with a cloak on. It was red, and you were running around in the sand. And you had like a little thing flapping behind you. I can't remember the name.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember the name either.
See, I've been playing Next Gen too long. I can't even remember my favorite games on my last gen consoles. But No Man's Sky is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm excited for it, and that's pretty much our first video podcast.
Yes, it is.
That was the first Safe Mode podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know I said it with Evolve. I can't ask any more from anyone other than to please, if you watch it, subscribe, tune into the next one if you like that too. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions on any of the games, please just leave a message below. If we didn't mention anything or we didn't point out anything, please put a comment down below and we'd like to talk to you about it. But
yeah, definitely.
That's the Safe Mode podcast. Is there anything that you'd like to bring up, my friend?
No, I'm good. I'm just excited for those 3 games, and you know what? My wallet is probably going to be light this Christmas season. So
I think you just answered the many a question over the internet for everyone, which was how much money am I going to need to spend, and the answer to that is you will never have enough. There's way too many games coming out at the end of this year and the beginning of next year. But from myself and GenAce, YouTube, and the internet, this was the first Safe Mode podcast. And I hope you guys tune in next week. We're going to have another one. GenAce, say bye to the internet.
Have a good one, y'all.
All right, guys. You take care and have a good afternoon. Enjoy your Sunday. And we'll see you possibly next weekend.